If you have inflexible hips, this yoga practice is just for you. My name is Katie. Today we're doing a short yoga practice for inflexible hips. If you are interested in becoming more flexible, make sure to check out my new online yoga course, which I'm really excited to share with you soon. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Bendability. There's lots more information through the link that's in the description of this video, so make sure to check that out once you've done this practice. We'll get started in extended child's pose. So you can bring your knees onto your mat, have your big toes together and take your knees as wide apart as you can get them. If your hips don't come onto your heels here, you can take a yoga block or a cushion and use it to sit up on. Hands can reach towards the front of the mat here, bringing your forehead onto the ground. If your forehead doesn't make it here, you can stack your hands on top of each other and rest your hands onto your forehead. Take a few deep breaths here, giving your hips some room and time to open up. Bring your hands back towards the front of your mat if they're not already there. Press your fingers down. Inhale to pull yourself up. From here, drop just your chest in between your hands if you can. Keep your feet wide apart. Slide onto your belly. Inhale to scoop yourself up into extended cobra. Keep your elbows bent here. Opening up through your hip flexors. Take a nice big breath in. And on your exhale, you can curl your toes back onto your mat and start to bring your hips up and back into downward facing dog. We'll take some time here. You can paddle your feet, sway your hips from side to side. Drop your left knee onto your mat here and step your right foot forward in between your hands so you come into a lunge. We'll hold here. You can slide your back knee back as far as is comfortable for you. Make sure your front knee is over your front ankle. You can relax your gaze or close your eyes. Take a few big breaths here in this pose. Opening up your hips, releasing any tension. Staying here for a few more breaths. Perhaps on each exhale, you can just let something go. On your next exhale, open your eyes again and slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. However you get there is fine. You can paddle your feet or sway your hips. Do whatever you need to do here. This time, drop your right knee onto your mat. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Slide your back knee back as far as is comfortable for you. And again, your front knee is over your front ankle. Rest your hands either side of your foot. close your eyes here or relax your gaze and just settle into the pose for the next few breaths. Each exhale helping you to let go of something, whether it be dropping your hips a little bit lower, relaxing your facial muscles. With an exhale, open the eyes, make your way back into downward facing dog. Drop both knees back to your mat with an exhale. We'll come to sit on the mat from here. Making our way into cobbler pose here. You can have a yoga block or a cushion to sit up on. If you don't have either, that's okay. You can still do this pose. Sitting up on something just makes it a little bit easier. Then you're bringing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees just drop. Don't force anything down here. Gravity and your breath will do all of the work. The closer your feet are to your pelvis, the more you're going to feel this. So you can find a distance within your feet and hips that will work for you. We'll be holding here for the next minute or so, so find something that's comfortable. You can stay with your spine straight, or you can start to fold forward, dropping your nose towards your feet. Trying your best to settle into the pose, remaining still, allowing gravity and your breath to do all of the work. On each exhale, you might be able to drop your nose a little bit lower. And if not, that's okay. Inhale to slowly push yourself away from your mat, coming back up to sit. We'll bring the knees back in beside each other. If you're sitting on something, you can remove it for now. Have your feet hip distance apart and lean back on your hands. Exhale to drop the knees to the side. Inhale to pick them up. Exhale to drop to the opposite side. Keep going, a few more windshield wipers here, getting rid of any tension left over in your hips. Pause the next time you're back in center and make your way back into your seat on your mat. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope your hips are feeling a little bit less inflexible now. Don't forget to check out the beginner's guide to bendability below. I would really appreciate it. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe while you're down there, and I'll see you for the next practice.